actually running away, but it won't stop EHOME from blinking up, looking for the tier 3 tower. 2 players left alive for OG. They're the big ones, however. Thompson and Anna on the defense duty. Fortification. It's delayed as much as they possibly can. And now the jump out. Hex, the boy in the bubble. Thompson able to be protected once again. Chalice very, very low on mana. They have a lot, but EHOME, he'll change the life with Anna. Thompson needs to be pushed away. Able to do so. FY jumps onto the illusion only, so the hookshot won't be able to connect. But Anna, he needs to retreat. There's so much damage. Anna down. Buyback is available. They still have not taken the mid racks. OG are just trying to delay LGD for the moment. 5 heroes around. The bubble is there protecting the melee racks. Anna, Sunder once again. The Sunder switches the life. EHOME's back up to full health, but the damage from Thompson, it's good enough to kill off the bait. Buyback is there. Somnus leads forward. They just keep bunching them around, but they're still battling from inside the bubble. Pugner will come to the world living LGD. They're going for the GG push. They're going after the tier 4 towers. OG, they have to hold the line. They have the numbers. 7 from the side with a take on EHOME, but no! Sunder is back up. It is there. Chalice will fall. They lose the Enchantress. FY pushing around Anna. He's so low. Can they get the die back on him? You bet your Nelly they can. EHOME still very, very low. The blast will kill him off. But buyback. LGD want this now. LGD, or can they? Backing up? No, they're not. Terrorblade. BT's forward. The ball is up. Thompson needs to defend. X-Nova very visible. You've got a very, very low life Marana. But OG, they can't find the target. X-Nova, he's got the grip. He's got the control. He's got the kill. Thompson is down, but ES is up. Where the Echo slam.
Oh, there it is.
Pushing forward. There's your slam. There's the dunk. There's the play. Jirax, the savior of OG. Looking for more. Charles is now on the run. They tried to go for the GG push. They didn't get much more than this. And now look at him go. BT forward. Hit the stun. Nail the stun. Nailed Chalice. Maybe not. Hex is up. Charles still on the run. The Moonlight Shadow. It's like it never ends. It's the same with the donkey from Jirax. This guy's an NBA All-Star. Looking for the kill into Chalice. Another TP coming forward. Hookshot from FY gets involved in the fight. The Thompson will arrive, hexing up onto FY. The leap out. The fissure is available. Is there a follow-up? Thompson is there. They push forward. They get the control, and they're bringing FY down. LGD with 4 heroes who do not have buyback. OG, they are gonna push. But how much damage can they do in the window that they have?
They have no waves, Toby. This is going to take a long time to cross all the way across the river. Probably will be enough time to get 1 lane of barracks in LGD's base. But if they do win a team fight there afterwards, there's no buybacks left on either team, I do think. Only Pugna. Seb still has his.
It's getting nervous.
They're trying to go through. There is a glyph.
Thompson and Jirax. It sounds like a brand of victory. They're coming through the mid, taking the tier 3 tower. They're going for tier 4s now. LGD, my, how the tables have turned. OG are going for the tier 4s. Charles is there, defense. They will be up in just a second. The fortification, it buys time. The Hex is there from Chalice, but now here comes Anna. He's on the front lines. Jirax leaping forward. All he has to do is create space for OG to do it, to get to the grand final of TI8. Tip him up, tip him over. The lead comes forward. They've got the control. X-Nova, he'll go down. This is the game. LGD have nothing left. OG have done it. It goes the distance. It goes to 3. OG.
The game for IG. Who leads the way? I believe it should be Zoe. They're gonna cut for the shorter path. They storm up the river. Patience from Zoe. Waiting in the wings. Navi's about to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep. The surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Denny. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead.
5 heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's Light of Heaven with his BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd. The last tower will be going down.
Start the fight with that global and just try to blow up and get on top of that Zeus right away. Get into that backline. I mean, the Rubik and the Zeus are really starting to be quite an issue for them.
Chalice is in with the opener, straight in with the lasso. The tower will fall, but they'll drag back the Ember Spirit into the torrent, cut him down with the Tidebringer. He's there, boys, but on the side! They find Arme. Arme's dead for 60. Still alive at the moment. And oh, the use! The dodge! Anna up into the end, dodging the Echo Slam. Somnus, he's trapped here in the Sprout. OG, they'll slowly punch down the Kuka. The Stolen Vision Jerax sets up onto FY. OG!
So this PL will continue just to BT split push this game out, get more and more money. And that, for me, is still the biggest problem for Evil Geniuses. Where do you go with this? Fear needs to have that damage-dealing item. But in order to do so, he's got to drop either his TP scroll or sell the Ring of Aquila. And Samel, Blink, Dragon Tail stun. Garda's going to be here with the hookshot as well. They're going to bite Samel. The Colt's Burn bought them a little bit of extra time. And with Samel down and no buyback, Roshan is a very, very juicy target here for CDEC.
Yeah, EG are going to know they're going for it, though. First of all, it would be pretty obvious from the lane situation, but they also have a good ward around the river area to see that CDEC are moving in there now. I don't think EG are interested in contesting this 4-on-5, but maybe they can delay it long enough for it to be a 5-on-5 if they Ice Blast and Fissure properly. There is no hook shot.
They're all together. PPD, here comes the Ice Blast ready for the
PSG.LGD's turn to ban.
I think close on an LGD VG series that has been back and forth for the last couple months in a crazy amount of ways.
Sure.
Like that.
So we're getting
nuts.
We're getting into the draft, and straight away, what have LGD banned?
The Marana. Get that out of here.
Can I just say thank God? I'm so happy you have to actually do something different this time, because I feel like they would have picked that hero first pick in every single one of their games until Kingdom Come.
Yeah, they picked it all 3 games, so it's just like, you know, do something else. I feel like LGD's not a team to be like, all right, you got it, you get this. It's you know, LGD. They kind of bring something different too, in terms of just like, I think they're one of the only teams in the region that really utilizes Enigma, but now that Necrobook maybe not as good, I don't know if they'll go back to that. Although it definitely brings like a different feeling to this team. With Chalice in one spot, and Snapfire, that's a, you know, instant counter to the Phoenix egg, but we seeing less and less of Snapfire because of the fact that it just doesn't feel, you know, as good with the nerfs and everything. It doesn't feel that good of a hero anymore. It offers you what, one thing against the Phoenix, and that's to try and kill the egg.
Yeah, but knew it was coming, right? Like there was almost like an instant counter pick. They had planned. Menacing. Imagine if you're like, yeah, what should we? Let's go for Phoenix, and you pick, and just instant picks. Like, oh my god, like these guys are ready for us. I imagine like DK still in the pool. Oh, okay. And that's
so. I brought that up yesterday. We've only been doing this for 1 day. I was like gonna say the other day or something like that, but again, my days are meshing. I talked about how what team was it EHOME that I was talking about? They really liking the one position Visage.
Yeah, it was C-Deck were liking the one position.
Yeah, Ame was playing it. That's right. And he was playing it and kind of like having this crazy build with it. Maybe LGD get a glimpse of that and they want to play it themselves. I'm actually going to take a look and see if they've done it themselves.
Last time this tournament run, we saw EHOME play it as well, though, right?
Well, EHOME played it in the 3, where Pion was on it with the Innocent Grimstrike.
One of the reasons why we might see Visage more and more, like Helm of Dom's, you know, increase in popularity. So there's no reason to see why that wouldn't work with Visage, right? Like the natural Helm of Dom build, it gives you armor, gives you all stats, HP regen. It feels really good as Visage. You get the creep to help you farm as well. And it has like just insane flex value about where it can be rolled, right? Like you were saying. Like EHOME played it. It's a 3 before armor play it. It's a 1 before I've seen people play it. Literally all 5 rolls. So 5 seconds pick it up in the first phase of the draft, never a bad thing. And have the wing theme going on. So you can get behind that. So.
Draft squad going right now. Taking a look, GD did play the Visage in the 1 position against Vici. They won that game. It was a 2-1 victory over Vici in the series. and Chalice went 9-5-9. He went, I don't know.
Benkid made a really good point in his most recent video as well about how the game slowed down a little bit with like the progression before.
Yeah.
Seconds remaining.
I don't know if you saw the video or not, and I completely agreed in the sense that like these Triumph farmers are just going to go up in like strength effectively, and this is one of the best ones, especially taking ancient stacks as well, which is so much easier to defend because it takes so long to get there. I'm pretty sure we're going to see it a little bit more than we did before, at least.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
EHOME Elder Titan, I actually taking a bigger look at that game with the
5
Visage for
seconds
LGD.
remaining.
They had gone mid Mirana in that game, so that's a little bit surprising considering the Miranas we've been seeing thus far from EHOME and others, which has been in the 4 position. But it was a mid Mirana that went 16-1-10, and then they went 5 Elder Titan, 4 Earthshaker, 3 Witch Doctor.
Ooh,
Yeah, 3 Witch Doctor. Wand, Spirit Vessel, Jewels, Ghost Scepter, Mech, Arcane Boots, in that order. Interesting. Yeah, that's okay.
I've seen some mid-witch doctor before. I've never seen some 3-witch. Oh, I want to talk about this Pango pick because I'm not 100% sold on this. I mean, it's a strong hero for EHOME just in general, right? Like if they can fix it across. I mean, imagine Q, Faithian, nothing to say, can probably play it. But it just gives them some good team fight as well, which they see this Phoenix, they're probably like, okay, well, we're gonna need some team fight of our own. Like Pango's just a solid flex pick for us. That ends up okay up against Visage as well. Like Visage is this hero where it doesn't have a massively strong laning stage. But so at least Pango should be able to have a really good time in that period, right? Because Pango isn't the strongest laner either, all the time. You just suffer against some matchups, but against Visage, should have a relatively stable time.
Do you automatically lane this Visage safe lane? Not that Chalice is. I don't think Chalice really moves his lane that often, but I'm thinking more like when you put Chalice on the Visage, move him mid.
I see. Yeah, I mean they can do, depending on like hero choices and things.
PSG.LGD.
Ember Spirit.
Okay, so nothing to say back on the Ember, most likely. Obviously, Jinq has been prone to playing whatever, I guess. He just kind of does whatever he wants.
Interesting that they banned FF just before and see
10
as
seconds
the
remaining.
not just like such a worry for in the laning stage, right? But it's also like super good with the Visage because you get the minus armor aura.
PSG.LGD.
So they're kind of covering both their bases with it, right? Oh my god. Okay, so they pick Ember Cottle, but this Nyx pick is so good actually. It's like insanely good against Snapfire, it's insanely good against Ember, and it's insanely good against Keeper of Light as well with this character's proc. Like the mana burn is super good against Pango and Ember as well. They just have some liable lockdown I get in the Nyx one, but it's pretty viable, right? The easiest thing to land, but most of the time you're gonna be getting those.
I think that Morphling changes this Visage to offlane.
I think it could still be mid though as well, and then they put some kind of like team fight 3.
Yeah.
They could even play like 3 Nyx here as well. I just don't think it's awful. Or like 3 Phoenix with 4 Nyx.
5 seconds remaining.
I wonder if they're looking at this and thinking like it's our Phoenix Nyx.
PSG.LGD's
Like Nyx Visage, the support combo could be a little bit too greedy. Because they have these this lineup comes online really quickly for EHOME at the moment, right? You have these 2 really mobile cores. They have like these almost like 2 enablers in the Snapfire and the Keeper of the Light. And one of them's probably going to build a mech.
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like they need another egg hitter.
5 seconds remaining.
I think Snapfire though, right? Like,
But that's not a guarantee, especially when you've got like a Nyx assassin that at level 6, finds the Snapfire, or even a Morphling who finds the Snapfire.
yeah, I get that point, but like
Mars is still available. Like, I think if LGD went Mars, like, things so hard for the Snapfire just to get onto that egg.
true, but then like you have to remember at the same time, it's like if you draft your lineup to suggest that one hero is going to die straight away at the start of the fight, it's really difficult to draft a lineup. like you have to not imagine the worst case scenario or the best case scenario, but at least try to assume that people can get their spells off.
Yeah. I'm just trying to break it down in my head. Like, I'm just like seeing the fights in my mind.
I get what you're saying. They have a lot of burst damage as well, with like Morph, Nyx, British, etc. But if they pick the Snapfire to counter the Phoenix and the Snapfire can never press E to kill the egg, there's a problem with the
10
stick
seconds
then, right?
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
They banned the Lycan and the Phantom Lancers, so they're really getting rid of Sour's heroes, especially that Lycan. Like, yesterday I was so shocked that CDC allowed the Lycan, and there's Mars ban, which I'm not too shocked about considering what they've got. But yeah, yesterday when CDC gave us the Lycan to Sour, I was shocked. And they go Bat Riders, so control their aggression lane. I like that, and that doesn't necessarily need to be Old 11's hero, but it certainly looks like one.
Interesting as well. I wonder whether they want to flex the Batrock to potentially mid as well, depending on the matchup.
10 seconds.
So, like, because if it's Ember mid, they could, you know, possibly put the Bat against the Ember. Sounds pretty good.
Remaining.
Because you just rip through the flame ground really quickly, right? If you really want it. And you have that potential to just run him down. Obviously, chains is an issue, but so.
Is it I'm like thinking in my head, is it worth going Legion at some point in this EHOME draft? You got Pangolier, who's most likely your offlaner, Ember, your mid. And I think I always just kind of come back to the fact that I see Legion mid for like Beast Coast, and that like really is ingrained in my mind where it's like not because Chris Luck absolutely dominates with Legion mid. It's kind of disgusting. So when I think about it, like good, nothing to say pull that off, but then you're pulling the thing to say off of Ember, which is probably his best hero.
Yeah, I'm. Tyler wants to play. Maybe like the problem is I need something who can lay against a Bat Rider as well, right?
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't feel like a slot game. It doesn't feel like a good jug game. Lifesteal is pretty awful here. It's more awful as well.
Would he even go for the anti? And because Jug, I mean, it's not amazing.
I think it's like the best of what they could pick, though, right? Like, I was naming you some heroes. Jug probably looks like the best thing they could have picked out of all the options, and I just don't.
At one point, I was thinking Lifestealer, but
then you give the Morphling a free rage.
Yeah, it's that Morphling pick just throws such a wrench because even now, like, you've got that Jug, like Morphling can. I think he's got a couple of really good options here in all three cores, honestly, depending on the scenario.
So, worth pointing out as well that this Phoenix Visage is like such a greedy lane, right? They're playing at a 1 and a 5.
Yeah.
And they're playing up against Faith Bear's Pangolier. So I'm wondering how that lane goes. Like, I assume both the cores just end farm, right? Can't really stop each other from farming, but they have big kill potential between the Pango and the Snapfire. Like, it's at level 2. If they get the Shield Crash and Swashbuckle on top of the, what's it called? Key and the Scatterblast.
Yeah.
Then it reminds me yesterday of the lane they did with the Marauder, where like they hit this level 2 and they're just insanely strong, and they just run up. Like Visage is the strongest, so yeah, it's gonna careful.
Looking at LGD's most recent record, they're actually won for their last 3. Lost to SAG and RNG at Beyond Epic.
Of inspiration.
The last time these two teams met might have been a long time ago. I'd almost go as far as to say probably the last. Yeah.
Really?
No, it was Chinese Pro League. They OGA and OGA 2-0'd them.
So it's definitely the first game between these two teams on this patch, though.
Yeah. And they did meet during the time before that was the previous Dota Pit.
Wow.
It's been a while.
I mean, yeah, I think we have to remember that these guys are scoring each other all the time. They haven't done each other in a while, but EHOME will know that this Phoenix first pick is coming around. So they get ready with this fire. They know that LGD like to pick it. I wonder where Nothing to Say wants to put his ward here in the mid lane.
I was liking when LGD was putting a ward here.
Yeah.
That was when that X Nova was like the only one I saw it taking advantage. I think it's more back here, but I watched that and it was just it was honestly, I started using that ward. I was getting complimented for it and I couldn't even take credit for it.
That's because nobody in America buys wards in your post. So
that is true.
Not where you placed it, but they were pressed to it.
I got commended just for getting the first ward, and it's free. It's, you know, it's free commends on profile.
Imagine tipping somebody for buying something that's free. Probably shows that he's never bought a ward in his life. Or that person, and you're like, oh god, this guy's really trying hard.
Do you know that meme with the guy who comes in third and he's spraying the champagne all over his face?
Yeah.
And I bought a ward! Yeah! Just sprays the champagne all over himself. That's all I'm thinking.
I love watching mid players play, and they're both like
perfect
because they're usually both like so good at it that they always nearly like meet in the middle.
I think for the most part, I haven't seen one lane really get blocked terribly much, like one under the other. I think the last time I saw that was kind of a while ago. Like even Shaker Fissures or Awkward Cogs, I feel like the lanes almost always end up at a spot that both teams are happy with. Like not like heavily one-sided, you know? So this seems like a timing now that Old 11 can be aggressive on Sylar, but the lane's pushing in, unfortunately, because that Blitzery level 1 and I would say even to level 4, that cooldown's kind of obnoxious.
But at the same time, right, like this Battle Rider can't really pressure until he gets a few more levels online.
Yeah.
Like, it's really difficult to kind of really go for it until you hit like 3, maybe like even 4. I think is the big one.
Interesting stun, making sure that Illuminate doesn't charge up too much.
He needs to hit this level 2 now though, right, on the Nyx, so that he can just interrupt the Illuminate, well not interrupt it, sorry, but like stop the damage from going onto him and just reflecting it all back onto the comp anyway.
I find this Nyx Captain too is like slowly becoming one of those heroes that when I think of FY I'm like, yeah, I could see him on Nyx. Like yeah, when I first saw him picking Nyx Assassin a lot, I was like, that's not really an FY kind of hero. Because you think of that flashy Rubik style play, and then I watched him play a couple of games consecutively, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's an FY hero.
Yeah, but then you think like plays like Tiny and a Shaker and stuff as well, right? Like the whole concept of it, although it's not the same, it can be similar.
It's better this way.
It's just one of those players that I think he's always in the conversation of who deserves a TI victory.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like every time the conversation gets brings up, like it's the first Chinese that gets mentioned.
Yeah. And to me, yeah, at least, he was one of those guys who got me into Dota, competitive Dota, because he won at ESO1 New York back with Vici. And that was just watching him play. I mean, that team was so good, and I've been a fan of FY's ever since. Kettle's getting beat up here bottom. Fire that into and Zipper dive first blood for the side of EHOME, and you can see though, just with a little bit more for the Visage, like Faith Beyond maybe doesn't get away with that because the Soul Assumption is hitting hard.
It is, but at the same time, like, this is the burst damage combination that we're talking about, right? It's TP back to base there as well, make sure he doesn't die to the jar. A slow walk back, well, not very slow. Slow jog with the wind lane and the boots. Oh, he's actually getting bot lane, okay.
Kind of like that, because with an extra stun, I think they get a kill. And it's bottom, maybe even 2. And to be quite honest. Batrider, I don't see getting called out. He's got Firefly, he should be okay. Grab the courier under the tower too. And then Snapfire bottom burns out. So Soul Assumption comes in and the Faith Beyond, and this has really become problematic for EHOME as it looks like they're gonna lose not one, but almost.
I always think that the last tick doesn't happen just before the spell ends on the like the stage thing.
Yeah.
You know, just above where the spells are.
With Maledict, it's still the last like
middle
tick.
tower is under attack.
Yeah. But off the Batrider now as well. So he's got George queued up.
Huh?
I was wondering whether people would still just end up getting like boost travel lava first this patch, but.
And this is the difference between Old Eleven's lane and the Batrider we had seen previously yesterday. Was his lane's going really well, but bottom Faith Beyond Swashbuckle, he disarms the Visage, but Soul Assumption's right there, ready to go. And Soul Assumption's up once again, so Scatter Blast will do a little bit of damage, but FY coming in, and Jin-Q, he ends up dropping to X Nova.
You're gonna get it about on him. Yes.
That's greedy. FY has a stun. Faith Beyond coming over, Swashbuckle with disarm though, at least get the stun of the Ember, but yeah, FY loses his life. So just kind of the timing there. And he gets 6 off that, so he's able to remnant up onto X Nova. He's got Steam Chains in a second, another remnant, and he gets Coverlook with his rotation.
That's sad though, because he doesn't have a remnant to beat, so he can TP back to base. So he's gonna have to just go TP back to the mid lane here instead. That on the courier instead.
I'm very okay with that leaving top. Morphs into the Ember, slight change, but that's it. I'm very okay with him leaving Olo in here top, because he's going to get a quick sick, and having that last earlier on is really good. Ooh, bottom Faith Beyond in trouble. Got Sunray on him, trying to juke it out. X Nova, can he keep it on? No, he can't. Well, dance there from Faith Beyond. Jesus.
It's really difficult to keep the Sunray on him though, because it's so close to him, but also the trees in the way, like he didn't sit in the whole time, so it's difficult to know when he's going to be juking. Just going to be hitting that level 6, so 1 creep away, almost has the helm bottom as well. So this is the, I feel like you hit your 30 mouse spot like quicker now, obviously. It's not dumb because how much.
Oh, Omni Slash on the old 11, but it was as he was TPing the lane. I mean, just
no bueno.
Inside it, like he started it as he TP'd out, and then the TP just he didn't have the damage, and then it was gone.
Oh, yeah, she went fake speech as well. Okay. I mean, the obviously the turnaround stuff is really big and stuff. Right? I kind of get that, but like at the same time, he just feels like he's hitting pretty slowly at the moment. I feel like for a jerk, right? So that's why he's going for these jumps as well to help. So another round with that more of Skylar might be in trouble here though.
Has been killed
again.
And Oldville getting another courier.
Oh, now that's an item for vintage. Please. Yeah, he's like, dude. Surely Visage wants the arcane ring.
You'd like to think so, especially with how often he's using Soul Assumption.
Yeah. I mean, back, they can leave it to the Ember instead. Okay. That makes, or like, maybe to the Batrider, I guess, as well. It's pretty good.
Run, yeah, they've also got the lasso top, Jug getting low, Faith Beyond dropping in. Or I assume TP'd out while they were going after Faith Beyond. They're putting aggression on both lanes. This is, you know, EHOME, they were up 1,000 net worth, but you can feel the pressure mounting. However, nothing to space a really good time early on.
he's doing a really good job. It's
Dire's top tower.
like his rotation bot line, I think, helped him massively as well,
Radiant
right?
structures
Like,
are
not only does it help Dota get kind of slowing LGD down as well.
Another kill there, yeah. This is just the power of Visage early. Again, I don't understand why he's not going to take that arcane ring. It's just, you'd love to have Soul Assumption available at any time, and now Innocence dies to 11. So it just, again, it's pressure on both these side lanes, maybe not as much mid. Looks like they're going to tier 1 tower for LGD.
It's interesting, like this keeper like really wants to keep this tower up top, right? Because it's his job basically to sit in the dead lane and push the wave out constantly. Right? When you're playing against this back rider though, it's completely different. Because when you're the keeper of the line, you can't just hug the tree line and things and stop like power from going down. Because the back rider just died challenging things.
Yeah, they really want to get the kill, and Faith Beyond comes in with the Blade Fury, they have it. But it becomes Somnus blowing up. Thing to say, the Rolling Furious takes us for too long. They don't have level 6 available on the Phoenix, so no Supernova as the Omni Slash bounces around. So look, Sylar to try and get this kill. And they're keeping the Centaur in front of Sylar. Interesting. They want to definitely overall.
That was a big fight for Sylar though, I think. That's like a huge rotation for him. Be able to get the Visage there is really important as well. You need to slow your game down as much as you can at this point.
Which, looking at his net worth, it's not even like he's towards the top. He's actually 1,100 gold behind Sylar, surprisingly, with Chalice, having a couple of kills here.
Oh, 11 is having an insane time this game on the back rider. Like, he 2-0-0 already, but the amount of farm he's getting, it's like, than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Dire's
That's his
middle
spot as well.
tower
He's
is
just
under
gonna pick his
attack.
bounty runes up now. I just feel like when he gets the drums online, they're gonna group and go with like this Visage back rider Morph. Because Morph's going for these drums as well. Like you see he's going for this like early
Radiant's
game
bottom
execute build.
tower is under
Just to try and help hit this time with his back rider and his Visage.
Is he gonna go boots of travel up to these drones? Oh no, wait, he's actually just picked up boots travel.
Radiant's bottom
Brown
tower
just
is
a
under
second ago.
attack.
He's gonna be so quick when he gets the drum. Right? Like it's gonna be El Rapido.
He moved at 420 movement speed. Like he's so fast.
It says 310 for some reason, but let's not even go there.
Yeah, he just bounced around F there. This certainly feels like a blink dagger kind of game for the Pangolier. Again, you want to disrupt these fights, but I'm definitely accustomed to thinking that item is really good at Pangolier before anything else. Mortimer's Kisses, but how do you stop this TP? Okay, that's one way. Use the Will-O-Wisp, continue to try and use everything you've got to kill him, and they will. And they'll finally take care of Old 11.
Nothing to say his Vessel just died of a courier.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's huge. There's more. You can actually feel safe for another 3 minutes now, right? It's just gonna be a free box to one time because they know the Panko and everybody go TP'd away to kill the back right at top.
Looks like they're setting up to deny the tower, but couldn't even come close.
Now they just have both two tier 1 towers down already. LGD holding all of theirs. They're starting to gain more and more map control, and this lasso top might be a problem soon to face through that.
And he used Swashbuckle, and he doesn't have mana for it again, so he's just gonna die here to the lasso and Firefly.
And he kills the wave at the same time. Extra value. I like that. I'm wondering whether he finishes off his jumps here, if he just goes for a blink instead now, because he's having such a good time. But I feel like the blink would be really good up against the Ember, right?
Yeah, as long as you can gap close and get that lasso, especially with a hero as elusive as nothing to stay on December, like make sure you can lock it down. I wouldn't be opposed to getting that blink dagger. He's just farming so well. He's keeping up with the Ember. And that's good because Chaps didn't exactly, he had a decent start in terms of skirmishing and being involved in 5 kills, but other than that, you looked at his net worth coming out of the lane, and all of a sudden, 1,000 gold behind the judge. So I think Gold 11 being able to have that blink dagger and get aggressive early might allow Chalice some space.
Top lane, by the way, I think the Nick got seen under the sentry there by the quick web at the same time. Stalking around up here, but he's not really going to find anything. I will say as well, by the way, I'm really surprised this boy hasn't put any more points in character so far by level 7. I feel like a second point is really valuable. Obviously wants to max the stun as well. Like, just one extra point in the character was really good.
Gold away. Yeah, he's got the gold for the blink dagger now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He's gonna save both buy out at the same time.
Go Radiance instead. That's a real catch play.
Because he's only 1,050 off the drums. It's such a pace, it's not gonna be that long until he gets that too.
Yeah, a couple of good firefights, like he gets a kill as well, and he's like, well, I'm almost at pink now. Like, I might as well just finish it off, right? And EHOME finally going to get their first kill. They're getting that in the hot lane. This game's so much different to what we've seen from the other... Like, you remember the last series we saw yesterday between it was C-Deck and EHOME? Yeah. Well, like, both these teams just wanted to farm up for quite a while in the game, right? Like, Silo was playing these... well, AHOME especially was playing these more greedy heroes, but Silo was playing them sometimes as well. But it feels like EHOME respecting LGD more in the sense that they feel like they can actually pressure them like into having to fight earlier, if that makes sense. I feel like if they try to get greedy against LGD, they might be in a spot bottom.
Mortimer's Kitchens, and all of a sudden Somnet Wave has the vessel on him, but Rolling Thunder hits and he's been controlled. He don't get the kill. For a moment I thought he might get out, but 4 heroes there is just more than he can handle.
Oh, he's got diffusal. Okay. It's a pretty good diffusal game, to be fair. Like, if you can ever take away the Phoenix's mana, like Visage's mana has, like, all the heroes have big mana problems, right? Like, even Morph as well.
The mana pools aren't exactly that big.
So with every hit, like, Swashbuckle, you take away 160 mana. Right? So it's quite a lot of extra damage. This is, I need to look, is it 0.8 yeah, 0.8 extra damage.
Flying getting caught here under the towers, under the sentry ward. Flying gets back enough, the dust comes in, and that'll land on him. So all of a sudden they stun up this Ember, and they've got the lasso, but that's into this Will-O-Wisp. So things turn around and look good for EHOME as they get the kill on the hold 11. Somnus at Nova, maybe looking to re-engage with the help of Shamus, but he needs to watch his positioning. Spirit Vessel onto Somnus, Light of 50 that hits onto the Ember. Calypso's thrown to Jinky, he's outputting the kind of damage that he would like. He's been disarmed once again, Illuminate flies through that much damage. However, they've got this bird to stun up, nothing to save. Sleight of Fist here and chains its hold for Kors. Swashbuckle misses. Wait for him to avoid the Snapfire cookie.
Almost felt like LGD was trying to take them into a fair dark position there just so they could get like an egg off of the tower or something, but both teams been really like distant. It's almost like there was an invisible line across the middle of them, right? Neither team wanted to cross. Like, they're playing careful, dude.
Right around like here.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Did you ever watch what was that? There was a TV program once called like Extreme Dodgeball. I can't remember what it was actually called. That was so good. I used to love that as a kid.
I feel like I only remember like MXC or Slant Ball, which was just trampolines and basketball with tackling.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was the best thing. The Diablos, greatest team of all time.
We haven't seen it.
And Gold 11, back-to-back deaths, and this is coming up with what was one of his best starts with this Bat Rider, and all of a sudden things really slow down. I think he's chosen to go past the drums and just go straight BKB. It looks like it.
Yeah, I think it's the right choice. Like, as the game goes on, this trunk is less and less impactful, right? Use of fire spirits there by Xavier as well. I don't know if you saw, like, just before he dived out, he used the fire spirit to check whether they had a ward on the high ground, which they do. Because he has the sentry down already. So going to be looking to get rid of that one as soon as he can.
Some more saturate the was. Stun hits. And now the Little Wisp is down. That lock of Chalice as well as World 11. They've got Searing Chains too. So World 11 in a lot of trouble as his F-Flight goes into the Vendetta, tries to leave, but the Sloppical hits. They'll get that kill. Mortimer kisses short. However, it's not going to matter. They've locked down World 11 again and they get the kill. But EHOME, I mean, this has really been good for them. Just Sylar, who has slowly made his way top of the net worth by 1,000 over the Morphling. And maybe LGD were a little too quick to, you know, jump the gun on this and look to fight.
There's nothing to take anything apart from that. I don't think I've ever seen it. He's so good at it. Like,
I would say OD, but that doesn't get picked up as much anymore. And Chalice destroyed by EHOME.
How does this guy just keep getting to play and for every single game we watched, right? Like, it feels like he always plays well, like on this hero. And I personally be really surprised after watching the game if LGD don't sit as just banning it, like, next game.
It would make sense. And now they've got the Aegis up. This all seems like a really difficult game for LGD. And they were up a couple thousand net worth. Things were looking big for them. They tried to fight over mid a couple times, and Old 11's team gets shut down in a quick second. Not that, you know, he's doing horrible or anything, but he was really off the charts.
I think it comes down to this point you were talking about before in the chat, which is about this Will-O-Wisp, right? From the cop, keep right. They're really there at the moment. In these early stages of the game, they don't really have anything that can just commit because they don't have BKBs, right? Like, and it's not just the Will-O-Wisp either. They have like Rolling Thunder to have to play into. There's Autumn's Kisses as well. They just have a really good team fight on it in comparison for now. LGD are kind of struggling to just find that fight that they really want to do. Like, they line up so much better at getting pickoffs, right? Like they have the Nyx, they have the Batrider. EHOME are doing a really good job of just not giving them the openings they need. And there's a BKB now on the Ember as well.
And Fox kind of struggled to have any impact on this Nyx assassin.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Get these sentries
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
littered all over the LGD side of the map.
I didn't sentry get changed in the most recent patch as well, I think. Yeah, and replenish cooldown from 90 to 85, so you can buy even more than you could before as well. It's finished beyond there on Sylar as well with an extra 2 goals. I was worried about this jumping, but it's actually Sylar's played it pretty well, and it ended up being actually pretty good for it overall, like in this game. If it's healing wall allows him to sustain in the team.
They get the lasso finally, but this is onto a Snapfire. Will-O-Wisp is there again. This is going to disrupt the fight immensely. They look over at Chalice, they look north as well. Old 11 in trouble up top. Chalice disarm. They get the kill on the Batrider after he's already used himself that lasso. And Chalice is gone. Old 11's dead. Super on the back, but all is Aegis.
Like, they have a big problem. They can't use this Phoenix at all. Like, they're not able to get into a position to use the X because of the threat of the Snapfire. We talked about it, right? Snapfire's great. It's like they tried to kill Jinky right at the start of the fight, so the Phoenix will
get Meteor Hammer. Matches on the 3 heroes, and they all of a sudden get the stun rate doing a lot. Nothing to say is getting low, but I don't think Saunus is going to be able to accomplish anything, and he's just dead.
All of a sudden, the Greaves just comes out, and they're all like above half HP again. And now the Healing Ward is going to come out relatively soon. I think the Healing Ward actually died.
At least a Sephiroth almost, it feels like in my mind.
Yeah. They just can't fight into this. I don't think it feels like this massive team fight advantage.
The next Nova's just dead.
I mean, Faker just so much damage. It genuinely feels like the Visage and the Phoenix have done. I've seen them all game, is what it feels like.
They had a good start, and then all of a sudden, like, things shut down, and they took the fight to EHOME, and they lost, and then they never won again.
Well, they took these 2 early towers in the side lanes, right, and then after they just EHOME just kept running around us 5, and then they couldn't ever fight into them.
They're swept up and they're ready to fight. Swashbuck go forward and disarm this Phoenix. Let's be able to get away.
It's never getting dive off just in time.
And it's not to say that Chalice is heavily underfarmed or anything, but even with the items he's got, he doesn't feel like he's doing much. With the sword crest, I don't think they care about too much. Even with this Ags, is that going to be enough?
It's not fun. I mean, X7's not at level 12 yet, and we're 25 minutes into the game. Like, you were talking about how they didn't have egg hitters apart from the Snapfire. It doesn't matter what their heroes are when the egg's only level 1 all game. Like, you can't ever effectively use it, right? Like, that level 1 to level 2 egg is such a big jump in, you know, how effective you could place in fights, right? They've never found that. Falling further and further behind. They need to keep this more farming, right? Like, he has to keep, he's getting towards this SMI as well. It's just that this Phoenix are the 2 big ones I'm really worrying about. But they're just not even in the game. Can they get Starlight? It's a pretty difficult kill.
With Innocence right there, I don't know how you get this kill. He'll just blow it. The second you go for a lasso, right?
I mean, more things TP'd away. This is...
Ooh, they actually find F4. Diffusal, Meteor Hammer. No chance he gets that off. He's just waiting to die. And Raytheon's got yet another kill.
Oh, they had the sentry down. I like this observer ward from OGA though, by the way. I was this next to the dire box.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to farm. Like, when you're playing this push here for the tier 2 tower, I think it gives you so much information.
It's morphling 1,000 net worth, but not really feeling much of a presence from the Morph either.
I mean, it's like doing a decent amount of damage and fighting things, but it's the supporting kill.
But they get even the finishing blow on a Jinkyu. Yes, they can. So that takes the Greaves out of the equation.
Okay. I mean, that slows EHOME down. They're not going to want to fight here. Yeah.
Tail. Meteor Hammer. Still, like, where's the rest? They don't have a lasso to follow that up.
Healing wall just goes down. What I'll never understand is when healing wall dies, why does it still heal for like just under a second? The effect still goes for a little while.
Activate's dying, I guess. Going for BKB. Sonus, Faith Beyond, going to the back, hitting multi zeros inside of LGD. Sylar taking out one of the familiars. Only one survives here now. Omni's on to hold 11. He'll back, goes onto the familiar, so evaded by old 11 and can TP back to base. So for FY, who is digging with his shovel, at least gets the TP, but okay.
I was hoping they'd steal the TP as well, just for the extra value. Ember has Ags coming out and created out as well, which is going to absolutely tear LGD to pieces at this point in the game. Like, this morph's BKB is now down to 8 seconds. Yeah, and like the first few uses, they've just achieved nothing from right. Big problem. Like, this was supposed to be a big power fight for them all. You'd actually just fight into them all the time. And it just hasn't happened like that at all.
It's an odd build from Morphling overall, but I'm going to go with that.
Turn into a right damage. Like, it's not a good e-play game because the truck can spin it, like the Empath's flame gun as well. You will right click damage.
Has fallen.
Faith behind it, you'll know as well in his inventory. Has all composed for an Aeon disc, but it's just waiting to combine it for the moment. Is it?
You don't want to pop over and have it on that long cooldown.
So like the first usage is always the important one, right?
On the BKB gets the lasso onto the Ember, but Faith Beyond immediately into the rolling thunder. They have the lockdown. Nothing to say it's low, but not enough. And Mortimer's Kisses comes in. Just hey, Will-O-Wisp is down. And hits X over the blow of that fly. And oh, that's full step back into it. Oh wow.
Radiant's top tower.
Innocence with the big break plays.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And again, now they just don't have the egg. They don't have much to go up against this.
Everyone just used to do less damage on every single hit.
They do quite a bit right now. You would want for them to be level 3 though.
Oh, especially because he has Ags. Right? I was going to make a joke before about no, he has Ags, at least he has 3 birds instead of 2 that are doing nothing for him. Like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, I feel like we haven't seen anything from the visual game. We just existed. And the stuns are a bit annoying.
Do the Visage birds level up automatically, or do you have to root summon them after?
Scanning.
I actually have no idea. I hate this hero with a burning pack.
It's a question for God. He loves that hero.
I know you used to have to reach some of them. I don't know if you still do though.
Forward. They're looking for the familiars. Actually get themselves a kill on the innocent. They'll fly back immediately. It's not like he's got Will for another 30 seconds. They go to the back on BKB being popped by Sonic. It's a decent spot for the Supernova. And that is a really great spot. They will get the kill onto Shiki, or will they finally? They finish him off. Soul Assumption coming in. Faith Beyond puts together the Aeon Disc, which gets popped. Scar had the Omni Slash. He just needs to be careful. These familiars make it difficult for him to land a good one, but now that they're dead and, well, maybe it's more likely that he can get in on this, but the respawn is just 2 seconds away, although I believe Chalice will wait on that until he's got level 3.
Remember though that they start their spells are coming, so they're going to want to chase more, whereas LG don't really have anything.
Now they've got Will-O-Wisp, so certainly a reality, but so if they could just hold for 35 seconds, maybe they get back once more. For Chalice, a lot of damage. Unsuch comes in, he's getting low, he'll end up dying. And he's only dead for 53 seconds, but that is more than enough time for EHOME to back up and go towards Roach.
They're just going to head straight in.
Yeah.
Why not? Nothing to lose. They did buy back from the Snapfire on the... No, sorry, just on the Keep Alive, didn't they? Snapfire's just respawned again.
Double damage.
I would level with the BOTs to the Visage bird here. Yeah, lasso in 2 seconds.
Meteor Hammer. So they continue to stay locked down. BKB's be popping nothing to say. Early BKB and having the lasso as well as Blink available, but here's the finder's positioning. Nova, Supernova up in 15. They got the lasso onto the Ember. They get the nothing to say. Now they look over Faith Beyond, but he rips through F-Fly. BKB's not going to last much longer for Somnus. It's got Chalice up in just a second. Sylar committing to go for this Roche. He's got a DD, but it's only got a little bit left. Oh, the Fire Snap cookie. So unlucky for X-Nova as he comes into the pit. But well timed, I think, by Jinky to put that together.
For sure, and it reminds me of when people like pre-lay down ice paths and stuff. Like people fish just before the Roach starts as well as those stores. That cookie timing was incredible.
These fights aren't awful from LGD. It's just they're behind so much, and you know they have to use everything to get a couple of kills. Whereas EHOME and find out a little bit more successful class. There's the Impale Meteor Hammer. Damage onto Sylar is not nearly enough.
It feels like OGD are doing a really good job of kind of like baiting them into a position where EHOME shouldn't really want to be. They're kind of backing off a little bit. Remember that fight we talked about before? And EHOME kind of go a little bit too far, but the fight just kind of splits up a little bit. And then Morphe almost like pick them off one by one. And it stops them from defining this like big will-o-wisp advantage that they have on EHOME. That's easily on that right.
Just waiting for his opportunity to go with a lasso, but now they're kind of split up and Old 11 doesn't find anything with it, so he forces his BKB and now he's back. Finally that 18 hits, and he needs to resummon, I believe. He's not going to have that the level 3 resummon for another 100 seconds.
It is still definitely worth it though. Make sure you get that upgrade ASAP.
Well, no, he doesn't. He had resummoned and then hit level 3, so he's not going to have the level 3 bird until...
Oh, I see. I mean, I think it might work. We'll have to check next time you use it.
Pretty sure the birds say 40 damage still, so... again, some things just don't update. I'm not sure.
I mean, it still tells you the back runners. Here's
the last on to the Snapfire, quick kill.
Off to pick off, see that? They're trying to get out. They need to try and get onto the map and gain some kind of map control back here though. Like at least get some vision down, or like try and be able to farm up a little bit more of the map here.
Find Faith Beyond. Be alright, but it gets into the rolling thunder.
I love the animation of it, Rob. It's so good.
I'm a big fan of the Rubik stolen block rolling thunder.
Does he have Satanic? Oh, he has Heart on Pango, right, okay. Oh my god. He's so tanky. He has 29 armor as well, 27. So like, it's just, like, it's such effective HP as well, right? Because he has such high armor as well. Like, the palette sword, so like, he gets amped up as well.
No Meteor Hammer, Swashbuckle, and distance pop. They've got the Solar Crest, but on the low ground, just F-fly. He's a way out of this one, but he won't find it. He's got buyback. BKB's popped by Sylar. BKB. PRP. Buyback, they've got the last onto the Ember today, the damage to kill him immediately. The Will-O-Wisp comes in, so now the problem is nothing to say. It's out of the crest with the lasso and Remnant's back. BKB is there. Murderous Kiss is coming in. Thomas in trouble. Old 11 as well as Chalice falling low. Down goes Old 11. Down goes up. There's the buyback, but probably coming for OGT. Now X-Nova has to back off. Still is the Supernova, but this is not the best spot for him to just be throwing it. They're gonna lose this set of racks over mid. OGD now down just the bottom lane. Yeah, not getting low. Waiting for Bo3. Thomas into the trees. Dashes to cheese. Morphs into this jug and then immediately uses that wave fury. They just don't have the damage to really kill it. I'm especially with the sustain that you don't have. And they've been here so long, it's another charge for the BKB of Sylar. Sylar? He has that agent. Thomas again into the wave fury again. Sylar continuing to move forward. It's still 7 seconds so he gets that Omni-Slash with elbow, but they'll get the first lump out of his hand. It's like this coming from the top of the BKB. Wrote their challenge, who did buy back. He's dead for 90 seconds. And now, Nuke, well, destroy nothing to say. They'll get the kill there. He's dead for 107 seconds. They've got creeps pushing in on the Tier 4 towers. They've got the Yule to stop that TP right next to the base. Swashbuckle on the run. Chalice controlling his familiars with the help of the rest of the team. Somnus kill, and they'll take that 2 without buyback. However, it's megas for EHOME.
Great fight for them. Like, the package just started diving the base, but it doesn't matter as long as they finish off the racks. Like, they could be dead for 80 seconds here. It just doesn't matter. They still have 2 tier 2s up as well. Like, LGD aren't going to be able to win the game. There's a lever in base now. Same base, but just taking it off to keep with the light.
And also, they had the Mystic Timeless Relic.
Ooh.
Actually, LG don't have all their tier 3 items yet.
They just haven't been able to get on the map. But
Yeah.
It's not a surprise, I don't think. A nice little flicker for the dire side for whoever wants to pick that up. Could be a good Pango item potentially.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Here. So Chalice is up and
Has fallen.
has those level 3 familiars. It felt like he was doing a bit more, but again, he's finding himself out of position too.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I just, it feels like LGD have just been slowly like, it's not like they've fallen off a cliff, they're just slowly getting pulled into the, pulled off the cliff. It's just, it's been happening like, just ever so gradually as the game goes on. I would say that they're just falling further behind, and the falling place they're hunting.
Will Wisp committed get fly, and they've got the hacks. Have hacks on the Coddle for Innocence, and Shinju did the Somni Slash used. Or no, it was the Swift Slash.
Here comes Ember.
That's fine. I did not realize that Jug had picked up that axe. That's Swift Slash available now.
A cheeky Swift Slash. It's so annoying every time you cast Jug and the first Swift Slash gets used. You're like, oh,
Just used Omni Slash. And from there on out, you're just like, you don't say the word, you just say, oh.
Yeah, 'cause you never know which one it is.
Right on the Chalice. They've got the lasso. Alright, damage there. They can kill the Emperor. He's got. Oh, immediately you did. Oh no! But Siler! Oh, he's dead for 90! The kill! They're gonna all get fate behind! Oh dear, EHOME. They are on the run and losing numbers. Innocent now with the invis. Out for the damage, and now nothing to say with the BKB. Both 11's dead. He'll remnant away. Yes, he gets that, but he brought back. This is going down though.
Probably should try and deal with the catapults. They have to repair kit the last before. Alex is trying not to get surrounded by creeps.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh god. It is going. Chalice! Run!
Ah, Dola crashed!
Oh my god. It does not faith behind. Yeah, this isn't exactly a team that works against Mega as well.
I wonder if for the individual voice lines, like, they see them in Chinese. I assume they just see them in Chinese, but we translate them to English for us, for like the hero laughs.
Oh, I never thought about that. Oh.
Obviously for the battle pass it's different, right? Because it's the individual casters and stuff saying them.
Do they have a battle pass?
Oh, I don't know.
Is there a perfect world battle pass?
Who knows?
I don't think so.
I don't know anything.
Yeah. I don't know anything.
Nothing to say. Let's hit level 25 anyway. So he has the relevant card restore time now as well as Green Boulder.
Morphling's up, so he's 26. So some experience. He's also top of the network. Is Somnus the savior? It's very tough. And these creeps are pushing in. It is getting ransacked. All you got left is the ancient. However, it was a 17,000 net worth lead, now down to 10. next Roach's Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard, and I don't think you can allow EHOME to get this. I think you have to fight it.
I don't know how the face is immediately ready. It takes a long drawn out fight here, and the Creeps are just going to win the game.
Well, there's the Will-Wisp. May not be one drawn out. It might be EHOME taking the victory very quick. The Familiars are already gone. The Screw's in a decent spot to get it home to challenge. They've already taken out this Visage. The lasso, though, on Tyler with BKB. I'm sure it's going to matter. Oh, he's hitting, but look at your base. They've got the glyph. Can they get this kill and get back? Get back to their base. Creeps pull the arrow for a second. Back over the fight. You take a look. His son is hit with Fire Snap Cookie, and he's gone for 100. So he's got no buyback, and that should just do it. GG is called, and EHOME take game 1.
I mean, towards the end of that game, he started playing the fights a lot better, right?
Yeah.
But it's because they get the levels a lot better. It's Morphing. It's actually when it gets to this point in the game, Morphing's usually going to be the strongest hero on the map. No matter whether the